Dorothy Parker. It says you socialized with Dorothy Parker.
Oh, yeah.
How did that come about?
Oh, very, very much. Well, after the war, no, I mean after college, after I got back from Dartmouth, I went to work for David Selznick, who announced he had his own company. David had been my father's assistant at Paramount. Just before I went to college, I read a story, a film story, when I was about 18 that he bought and liked, about a black kid whose mother is a cook for a movie star. And so he's thrown in with the movie star's son. Anyway, David liked it. And I was working on that when I went up to college, and he said, when you get back, I'll have a job for you. So I was working. He asked Green Lodge Jr. and me to work on a movie, the Hollywood movie, A Star Is Born, to write a screenplay. At the same time, typical Hollywood. Bill Wollman, the director, and his writer, Robert Carson, were writing a screenplay. Dorothy Parker and her husband, Alan Campbell, were writing a screenplay, all on the same story. And what David planned to do, it goes against everything that I believe in film writing. What he planned to do was take the best scene from each and make his final David Selznick's script. Crazy way. And that turned out, I think, one of the best of the three Star Is Born that were done. I think it turned out amazingly well. And in the course of that, we wrote a scene to send to David, and instead it went by accident to Dottie and Alan. And when we heard that, we said, "Oh, Jesus, they're going to eat us alive." Instead, Dottie called us down and said, "Did you boys? I've read this, and I really think it's better than our scene. We like it a lot. We're going to tell David. We got to be very, very good friends, and I'd go to their house every weekend for parties that she and Alan gave. But I got to know her really well, and followed her all the way through after the war. And she wrote a very flattering review of my first book, Where My Sammy Run, and was interested in the Harder They Fall. And I saw her right to the sort of sad end when she was kind of on her way down at the New Western Hotel, and pretty much living on handouts from Lillian Hellman. And I liked her enormously. I really liked her a lot, although I always thought I want to be the very last person to leave this room at a party, because whoever left, no matter how loving and affectionate she was to them, when they walked out the door, she would say something that was so cutting. She was a murderous, put her downer. She would just, including her own husband, Alan. He would leave the room and she would say something about Alan. Just, oh, God. So I used to think, Jesus, I don't want to leave until the end. But
Stay late is a lot harder.
I liked her a lot.